All right. Episode 1178, I believe, is where we're at. 1178. It's crazy. I almost quit on this show. Episode 1000. Episode 1000, I was like, do I want to keep doing this? and because especially the way my brain works, it's like, okay, if I'm going to do episode 1001, I have to go to episode 2500. Right? And you're like, well, why? Why is it got to be 2500? Well, I've already done 1,000 episodes. Bringing you motivation, education, inspiration, 5:30 a.m. live from different parts all the way around the world. I've already done 1,000. I've already accomplished that. So to do another 1,000 episodes, been there, done that. So my brain's like, okay, we got to do, if we're going to do 1,001, we got to do at least 1,500 more. It's like a 7-year commitment. To 3:20 a.m. wake-ups when I'm on the East Coast, 2:20 a.m. wake-ups on the Central Time, right? Waking up at 1 o'clock in the morning or 12:20 a.m., whatever time it is, when I'm over on the West Coast, right? I was like, do I want to make that commitment for another 6-7 years, however long, to get to 2,500 episodes? And this morning, as we open episode 1178, the answer is yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Absolutely 800%. I'm going to keep showing up right here in this space. It is so fulfilling. We were just over in Twitter Spaces and people were sharing some stories over on Clubhouse. It's incredible, man. So today's show, we're going to hear from Tim Tebow today. We're going to hear from Art Shell a little bit later as well. We're going to talk about the journey. We're going to talk about the destination. And we're going to talk about how incredible it is that one step at a time can take us places we never, ever imagined we would go. We're going to talk about all that and more today's episode. I'm so glad you're here. Let's dive in. Good morning and welcome to #Rise and Grind, the #1 morning show in the world filled with motivation, education, and inspiration. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 8, and the founder of the 800% Club, the club designed to help you unlock your full potential. Each episode is filled with celebrity interviews, inspiring conversations, and the strategies you need to get ahead in your career and your life. So grab your pen and turn up the volume because it's time to rise and grind. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Tony Schmidt. Happy birthday to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Wednesday. That's right. Today is Wednesday, a.k.a. CMA Day. That's right. Carter Myers Automotive Group, the most amazing automotive group in the world. I get the honor and the opportunity to spend time with them every single Wednesday morning, have for the last, I think, 3 years. And they're just an incredible organization. So Wednesday has officially become CMA Day around the world. And listen, I got to tell you, if you're looking to be a part, you want to be a part of an amazing organization that's doing amazing things, just reach out, let me know. I'll hook you up with CMA. They're absolutely incredible, all right? And listen, just because they're an automotive group and you're like, I don't know nothing about no automotive, listen, they need accounting people. They need titling people. They need people to clean cars. They need people to clean the buildings. They need people to paint the buildings, to repair the building. They need people in leadership positions. They need people in sales positions. They need people in admin positions. They need people with a big heart. They care so much about their community. So it ain't about selling cars, man. It's about moving lives forward. That's what they do at Carter Myers Automotive Group. If you want to be a part of that, reach out, let me know. We can make that happen. Hey, speaking of that, also in the automotive world, if you by chance are in the market for a new or used vehicle, you're like, wait a minute. This show's kind of going all over the place here this morning. We're talking about how passionate we are. We're talking about doing all these new shows. Now he's talking about buying a car. Listen, man, cars infiltrate every aspect of life. And some of you might be in the market. And if you are in the market, we put something together just for you. I work with owners and general managers of car dealerships all over North America. And we pulled them all together, all their inventory together in one spot. You can go to shop.800eliteauto.com and you can basically connect with other members of this community that sell cars all over the country, right? One of them is right here, right now, Mr. Bruce Miller. I just saw he's here this morning, right? So go to shop.800eliteauto.com. If you need a car, if a friend needs a car, if a cousin needs a car, if your cousin's brother's sister needs a car, tell them to go to shop.800eliteauto.com. Then go shop all those vehicles. Okay, today, Wednesday, April 12th, 2023. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Wednesday, April 12th, 2023. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, Josh the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Listen, I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky. Spring is in the air. It was beautiful yesterday, and we're expecting it to be beautiful again today. With that said, I must say, it's kind of been one of those months for me, right? Not just April, like the last kind of month, you know? Like, do you ever have one of those? Or is it just me? Like, do you like maybe it's not a full month, like maybe it's just one of those days, maybe it's one of those weeks, maybe it's a month, maybe it's a quarter, maybe it's a whole year, right? But have you ever just had one of those seasons of life where you're kind of in between? You ever felt that way? You're like in between, right? Like you've gone further than you could have ever possibly imagined in life. And yet at the same time, you feel like the target is so far, right? That's kind of how I've been feeling this last month. I'm like, wow, man. I've come so far in my marriage. So far with my kids, so far in my career, so far in my faith, so far in my fitness, so far in my mentally. It's like I've come a long freaking way, bro. And at the same time, I'm like, dang, it's so far. We got so far to go, man. Barely scratched the surface. You know, it's interesting. I'll experience this when I'm running sometimes. So I'm running. I'm actually training for a marathon right now. And when I go for a run, you know, I basically run, like, for the most part, I'll run kind of outside of my house. So I live in a neighborhood where everybody has at least 10 acres, right? There's a couple houses with 40 acres, and most people have 10-acre lots. And at the end of that neighborhood, there's a stretch of 10 houses on the street. And at the end of the neighborhood, there's thousands of acres of open land. Thousands. It's absolutely beautiful, right? Thousands of acres of open land. And so what I'll do is I'll run from the house on the asphalt, and you go down the street, and then you go down this very steep hill. And then you come up the other side. Once you've done that, you're a half mile into your run. Okay, from the house, down the hill, up the other side, half mile. Then you hit a trail. And once you hit the trail, now you're like running out in the woods, right? So you run out in the woods and there's a trail and it goes down and it curves down to the right and it's kind of rocky and it goes down a hill and then it goes up another hill and it goes through a cornfield, which is absolutely beautiful. It goes past an old cemetery. It's like a 200-plus-year-old cemetery out there. And so you run past the cemetery and then you go out into this huge cornfield where there's always these deer. It's absolutely beautiful, right? It's a gorgeous run. And here's what will happen is when I'm running is as I'm headed back home, when I'm headed back to the house, I'm now in the last half mile of my run. No matter how far I run out there in the woods, that part doesn't matter. The last half mile of the run. And the last half mile of the run is straight uphill. Like it's straight uphill and the hill just keeps going. That hill I told you get to run down when you first go out. You got to run out that hill. It's like a half-mile hill. It's up the whole time. And here I am at the end of my run, right? Good morning, Heather. Great to see you. What's up, Janelle, Robin? Here I am at the end of the run. I've got half mile to go and it's all uphill. Mr. Josh Mitchell, great to see you. And as I'm in that last part of the run, that last half mile, every time, I feel like I'm like trudging up the hill, right? It's like I'm trudging because I'm in the last half mile. It's all uphill. And I can't even I have to keep myself from looking up because if I look up and I look forward, I see how much hill I have left. And so I'm just looking down at my feet and it doesn't matter how much effort or energy I'm putting in. Like I feel like I'm going nowhere. Like that's really what it feels like. I feel like I'm going nowhere. I'm stepping, I'm breathing hard. There's a lot of effort. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of output, but it just feels like I'm not freaking moving. Like there's no progress. But here's what's crazy. Inevitably, every single run, every single time, inevitably, whether it's a mile, whether it's 2 miles, whether it's 4 miles, whether I go down the trail, back the trail, whatever, whether I'm trudging up the hill, whether I feel like I'm moving, I'm going backwards, it doesn't matter. Inevitably, every single time, I make it home. Like not one time I felt that way and then I made it home. Not sometimes I feel that way and make it home, but every single time I make it back home. No matter how slow I felt like I was freaking going, there has yet to be a time where I didn't make it back home. Like it's a law, right? It's a law of physics. It's a law of the universe. If I continue to step, no matter how slow, no matter what it feels like, no matter how tired, if I continue to step, the law says I will end up at the destination, right? Same's true for you, right, Brian? Same's true for you, right, Valerie? Same's true for you, right, Wendy? Like if you and I, if we pick a destination anywhere in the United States of America, I could say probably Canada too, right? If we pick a destination in this country, here, let's be interactive real quick. Interact with me, okay? I need you to drop this in the comments. Let me ask you a question. If I pick a destination in this country, can I drive there? Yes or no? Yes or no? If I pick a destination in the United States of America, can I drive there? Yes or no? Can I get in my car and can I drive there? Yes or no? Seems like a simple question, right? Some of you probably like, is this a trick question? It's not a trick question, right? Okay, I see Catherine says yes, I can drive there. Wendy says yes. Marilyn Wilkins says yes, I can drive there. Don Seki says yes, I can drive there. Vicky Everett says yes, I can drive there. Okay, so we all agree if I pick a destination anywhere in the United States of America, I can drive there, right? Now, let me ask you another question real quick. All right, let me ask you another question. If I pick a destination anywhere in the United States of America, right? Anywhere, any destination, anywhere. If I pick it, if I choose it, can I ride a bike there? Yes or no? Yes or no, right? Tara says I can drive there. Great. Christina says I drive there. Okay, great. Got it. Now let's move to, okay, let's can I ride a bike there? Anywhere in the United States. All right. Kevin says yes. Kevin Fadley says yes, absolutely. All right. Tony Thorstad, yeah, I could drive there, right? Rodney Rock Hatfield says yes, I could ride a bike there. Wendy says yes. Okay, so we agree, right? Any destination in the U.S., I can drive there. Any destination in the U.S., I can ride a bike there. We agree. Okay, great. Now let me ask you this question. Any destination in the United States, can I walk there? Yes or no? Rick Tamburino says yes, Forrest Gump. Dora Maria, yes, it'll take a while. Felicia says will be longer, but yes. Christina says yes. So listen, some seasons of life, you're in a car. Other seasons of life, you're on foot. Sometimes in seasons of life, if you're lucky and blessed, you're on a freaking jet, man. You can get from point A to your next destination in no time at all. But whether you are in a car or on a bike or on foot, inevitably, at some point, you will arrive at the destination. That is the law of the universe. At some point, you will arrive at the destination without question, without fail. Not sometimes, not every once in a while, every single time. So knowing that to be true, where are you going? Like, what's the freaking destination? If the law says, and we all agree, that if a destination is picked out, inevitably we will end up there. We might walk, we might bike, we might drive, we might fly. It might take long, it might be short, it might be a long season, it might be a short season, it might be a sprint, it might be a marathon. Well, I'm not talking about all that. There's tons of variables, but we all agreed. If a destination is picked, ultimately, if we keep stepping, we're going to get there. So knowing that, where are you going? What is the destination? It's a big freaking ass question. Sorry for the language. It's where I'm at this morning. It's a big question. Because see, if you don't know the answer to that question, what the destination is, if you don't know the answer and you're like, I don't know what the destination is, then here's what's going to happen. Someone else is going to determine the destination for you, whether it be the media, whether it be the people around you, your circle of influence, negatively or positive. Like if you don't know, if you don't plug something into the GPS, someone else will. And I don't know if they care about you as much as I do. You know, it's funny. This has been on my heart a lot lately as I've been going through this season. What is the freaking destination, right? And I was talking to Heather Parody yesterday or Monday. I was talking to Heather Parody, and we were talking about. I asked my pastor how he was such a great speaker, and he said he's such a great speaker because he learned from Dave Chappelle. No, this wasn't what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting my pastor to tell me he learned from Dave Chappelle, but he did. He learned from Dave Chappelle, and I have a little tiny clip right here, and it's got like 3 cuss words in it because it is Dave Chappelle, and Dave Chappelle cusses. He's a great comedian. There's 3 cuss words, so quick warning if you don't like that kind of thing. It's a 60-second clip, okay? But he said he learned from Dave Chappelle to pick the destination. He starts each sermon with the end. That's what my pastor does. What is the land the plane moment? What is the destination that he wants to take people to? And then he takes them on a journey. He learned this from Dave Chappelle. Check this out.
But you know why I be thinking sometimes I want to stop doing comedy? I don't want to sound like a braggart saying this, but the real reason I want to stop is because I'm too goddamn good at it. I'm dope, nigga. No, I'm not even exaggerating. It's not exciting. Every night before I come out on stage, I'll be backstage I'm sure this is gonna go well. And it always does. I'm so good at writing jokes, and this is not even an exaggeration. I actually write jokes backwards. I will write a punchline with no particular setup in mind. I just put it on a scrap of paper, and I'll throw that scrap of paper in my fishbowl. I have a fishbowl in my house filled with random punchline. And every once in a while, I'll shake the bowl, and I'll dig in there and just pull one out and see if I can make that shit work. And I picked one for this special. It's not an easy punchline to pull off. Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay, now I'm not going to play that punchline here on this show because it's very, very, very raunchy. But you get the point, right? You get the point. But here's a punchline that is not funny for you this morning. If you don't pick the destination, someone or something else will. I'm not playing it, Heather Parody. There ain't no way. Listen, this is real life, dude. This is life. And guess what? No one's going to get out of this thing alive. Not you, not me. We are not getting out alive. And yet, every single one of us has to play the game. So how are you going to choose to play it? On that note, let's dance. You feel me? You feel me? I know, we're late into the show. Y'all like, dang. We're 20 minutes in already. We're supposed to dance like 10 minutes in. Oh, I love you guys. Hey, check it out. For those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. You actually should have shared it probably quite a bit ago because you knew this was coming, for those of you that have been here with me before. But that's okay. I forgive you. I offer you grace and understanding. So hit the share button right now. If you're on Twitter, tweet it out. Clubhouse Street, share. StreamYard, share. YouTube, share. Facebook, share. We're all over the place, man. Hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you. I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. All right. How you doing, Tara Hope? I'm glad you're here. Robin Price is in the building. What's up, Al? Great to see you, Al. Marilyn Wilkin, Bella Rigby, both in the building. I see Spencer is up in here. What's up, Ricardo? How are you? Great to see you. I see Andrew and Lita Poe. I see Mignon is in the building. Allison's up in here. How you doing, Tina and Jacqueline and Erica and Leisha? What's up, Rose? Julio Soto in the building. My guy, Josh. Oh, I see Gloria. I see Derek and Russell and Annette. I see the Queen. Renee Noor is in the building. Patricia and Mary Kim, great to see you. What's up, Tim Duff? How you doing? Debbie Dowling Waba. We've got Joni Joni Hunninghake Wagner? Is it just as it's spelled? Joni yeah, you're gonna have to help me with that one. I'm going with Hunninghake Wagner, but something about that doesn't feel right. Rick Tamburino's in the building, and Gilbert, great to see you. What's up, Tom Popelka? I see Yasmin's up in here. Kevin Fadley, so needed this message. Let's go, Kevin. Jeremy Nolan, my God! What's up, Jeremy? Great to see you. Sean Weatherby is up in here. Randy Wagner, I'm so glad you're here. Shirlene, I see Terrence. I see Sean Jones in the building. Jim Thurston is up in here. Of course, Liza Myers-Borges, I see you. I also see my dear friend, Heather Parody. Do you guys miss Heather Parody? What's up, Bruce Miller? In the building. For those of you that used to watch the show back a couple years back, you guys remember Heather Parody? She's so funny, man. She's freaking witty. She's freaking awesome. I think we should bring her back. That's what I think. I think we should bring her back. What do you guys think? Drop it in the comments if you remember Heather. You think we should bring her back. All right, Wendy Reeves. Great to see you this morning. What's up, Tarika Simmons? All right, cool. Check it out. We got a lot more show left, but not a lot more time. All right, so I appreciate you. I really want you thinking about this freaking question, all right? Like, what's the destination, bro? What's the destination, sister? Because like it or not, you're gonna freaking, that's where you're gonna end up, all right? Let's go. Come on. Everybody's saying yes, bring her back. All right, hey, let's, real quick, let's listen to Tim Tebow's got something good for us this morning. Check this out.
When I was at the University of Florida, for every home game, we would get in the bus at our hotel and we would drive right by the stadium, and we would stop at what's called the Gator Walk. And every game I played there was probably 20 to 40,000 fans at this Gator Walk, ready to greet us as we get off the bus. I would see all these people. I gotta tell you, there were a lot of voices that started to hit me. One of the first voices that instantly hit me was pride and arrogance, because I would look out and I would see thousands of jerseys with my number on it. I would look out and I would see Bible verses that they were wearing because I wore them. And so for a second you thought, dang, I'm something. They're here for me. This is pretty cool. I must be somebody. There's a picture that I stumbled across, and it's one of Time's 100 most influential images of all time. And it's the picture of this young girl. She's on her way from her village to a feeding center not far away. And she's so malnourished and she's moving so slow that this vulture is waiting to attack. So the young man that took this picture, I think there was probably something in his heart that he wanted to do good. He wasn't sure. So he captured this picture and he just waited, and then the vulture got closer, so he kind of shooed the vulture off, and then he walked away, and the vulture would come right back. And he was told, because of some of the sicknesses in the areas, don't touch anybody, don't do anything, and so he didn't. He didn't. He did nothing. Because apparently the cost was too much. So he left. He went back. The New York Times published this photo in 1993. In 94, he won the Pulitzer Prize for this photo. 4 months after this, he chose to end his life. You see, every single one of us, we have a chance to be successful in life. And you know what? I hope you are. I really do. I hope you're successful. There's nothing wrong with being successful. But success is just about you. But significance is about other people. You see, That man that took that picture, he had success. That's one of the greatest honors a photographer could ever have. But obviously it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So what's gonna be enough for you? You see, success is great. You can do a lot of things with it, but it's not gonna be fulfilling. And you can never forget that sense of urgency, that it's not about your timeline, it's about their timeline. While you might have 30, 40, 50 years, they have days, minutes, moments. She had moments, but it wasn't worth it to go pick her up. It wasn't worth it to give her a hug. It wasn't worth it to tell her about the gospel. Yeah, I won a Pulitzer Prize, but what does it matter? What does it matter? It doesn't. And I think the greatest tragedy in life is we're gonna look back one day and say, I was successful in things that don't matter. I want you to be successful, but more than anything, I want you to be significant. And when you live for Jesus and you love people, I believe you're gonna have a life of significance.
What's the destination? Like, what's it all for, man? You know, sometimes when we go through these seasons where we feel like maybe we're trudging, seasons of, you know, sometimes when we feel like we're maybe not getting anywhere, what I've come to realize is it's not about getting more wins in that thing that you're doing. It's about making sure that that thing that you're doing is attached to really where you want to go. And we're on episode 1178 of this show, and sometimes I don't feel like doing this show. Sometimes I feel like I'm running freaking uphill at like negative half a mile an hour. But then I remember, man, this show ain't for me, never was. This show is for the people that this morning before we went live, there were people that talked about how coming into this space and meeting and connecting with you saved their life. But they came in a depressed state. They came in a lost state. They came in a lonely state. And then they met you, this community, and it saved their lives. So listen, no matter what, and we all have to play the game, right? And so you are going to end up at the destination, even if you don't feel like it sometimes. You are going to end up at the destination. The question is, what is the destination? Is it a Pulitzer Prize? I can't help but think about that man as he took that picture. As he took that picture, he wasn't thinking Pulitzer Prize, but as he took that picture, he was doing his job. Something that had fueled him in this lifetime for probably a long time. He was doing his job. He took pictures. That's what he did. He was doing his job. But in the midst of doing his job, he completely lost sight of what freaking matters, man. the impact that we can have on others. He could have saved that little girl's life, and he knows that. And so he got his trophy. I just want to make sure you and I aren't just chasing trophies, man. Because if we're just chasing trophies, guess what's going to happen? You're just going to get tired. And at some point, you're going to quit, just like that guy did. Not necessarily so dramatically quit this thing called life, but you're going to quit on your dream. You're going to quit on somebody else, on the impact that you could make on them. At some point, if it's not significant enough, you will quit. So let's figure it out. What's the destination? The real destination. Not the job, not the income amount, not the body weight that you want to be at or the way that you want to look. Like what is the real destination? And then once we discover what that is, we can trudge through it together. Does that sound fair? Hey, listen, I was going to play one more video. We're deep into the show, though, and so I'll save it for tomorrow. We're going to keep talking about this, right? We're in a series. I know it doesn't necessarily seem like it today, but we're in a series around atomic habits, right? The tiny little split-second decisions that we make and how they add up over time. And we're going to continue that series tomorrow. So my hope is that you'll come back and you'll join me again. If you're watching live, thank you for joining me live. If you're watching on replay, thanks for joining me on replay. There's actually way more people that watch on replay than watch live. So thanks for doing that. I really, really appreciate it. I'm going to head over to Twitter Spaces and we can have some conversation around today's show for the next 20 minutes or so. So if you are watching live, come join me over there. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. I keep going back and forth. I'll be back tomorrow, 5:30 a.m., and we'll do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. You guys are awesome. All right. Have a good day. I love you. I do. If nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. Have an incredible day.
Every day I wake up is a blessing and a challenge. Ain't no stressing, I just manage. Steady building up my balance. I've been trusted with these talents to use to my advantage, to expand my vantage and level up my status. I got a calling, I feel like Solomon. Forever we ballin', for heaven I'm conquering, and I'm going all in. Whether I got 5 talents or 1, I'm gonna make it multiply until you tell me well done, well done. I don't do no stressing. Know you see me flexing, yeah, praise is my weapon. I'm just reaching for my blessings, stretching, reaching for my blessings. Grow your business for God's sake, for God's sake. See me winning cause I got faith in God's grace. Reaching for my blessings. I've been putting in overtime, I've been working all day. Grow your business for God's sake, for God's sake. The mission is to be the best version of myself. Make the world better when I've left and build generational wealth. Teaching your lessons, leave an impression. Increase my investments, keep reaching for your blessings. We rise, evolve, and pack together. Out here building bridges, stretch it to the max. Ain't about my father's business. Certain I've been working daily on my grind, putting in overdrive, cause it's time to grow for God. I don't do no stressing. Know you see me flexing. Yeah, praise is my weapon. I'm just reaching for my blessings. Stretching, reaching for my blessings. Grow your business for God's sake, for God's sake. Grow your business for God's sake. See me winning cause I got faith in God's grace. See me winning cause I got God's faith. I've been putting in overtime, I've been working all day. God's sake. I don't do no stressing, because I know no weapon is ever gonna prosper or keep me from my blessings. You giving me a message and answered all my questions. Living life abundant, so I don't do recessions. Faith without works is dead, and I've been doubling up. I got a lot to give, the numbers I'm running them up. It's your good and faithful servant with a 5 talents or 1, and I'm gonna multiply until you tell me well done, well done. I don't do no stressing, know you see me flexing. Yeah, praise is my weapon. I'm just reaching for my blessings, stretching, reaching for my blessings. Know your business for God's sake, for God's sake. Know your business for God's sake. See me winning cause I got faith in God's grace. See me winning cause I got God's faith. I've been putting in overtime, I've been working all day. I've been working overtime. Grow your business for God's sake, for God's sake.